Like support is really just that support. It's really you who's doing it. That's you don't worry about support.
No, again, it's a weird one, right? Collaboration, yes. Most of the things I do are with other people because I want to give them the stage. Given the choice, I'll happily sit back and no one sees me. Given the really, in all areas of life, my business, my dream is to be the worker, not the owner. Almost, if I had someone else who was going to do the bits I do as the owner, as a founder, I happily sit in the background and just work away every day, just enjoy the minutia, the boring stuff of business. I love that. I love sending DMs all day. I love the boring stuff. But I say I meet people and then they say, "Show your face." I'm like, "Do I have to?" Okay, fine. No, and then I suppose I have to realize part of that of me showing my face is that my friends come along. We'll build networks on LinkedIn especially, and I'm lucky to have friends on LinkedIn who they're real friends. They will come and say, no, I'm looking at Ollie's comments and Jessica's comments. I'm saying literally, they're my friends because I've met them. And I know they know what I do. I know what they do. We support each other. We're part of a community, really. This was part of our program, this 15 influential people thing, right? So
Yeah, I know. And I at first, like when I read it, I'm like, oh, I guess it's too busy. Fine, thank you. And then you went in all your rooms like, DJ, I think you're reading it wrong. I'm like, what? Read it again.
yeah, I think my answer was like, why would I say no? And then you were like, oh no. I'm like, no, what do you think you've read? Really? Of course I love to do. Of course I love to be part of that. You know,
Guys, I have ADHD, so I read really quickly. So that word probably flipped the, of
mm,
course, I'm like, it's double negative. It's gotta go.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
bye. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So thank you for that grace. And that's another thing that it's not an excuse. People like CJ, you're saying it so much. Like my daughter, Mom, you're saying you have ADHD for everything. It seems like it's an excuse. I'm like, no, it's literally a highlight that give
Mm,
me grace, guys, because
mm.
my brain works differently than most people, right? So thank you for giving me grace, Any.
No, there is a British way of doing things, of saying things that we know we understand, but the rest of the world finds a bit odd. So I fully know. I can see why you read it a different way, and I answered it in a British kind of way, and I knew what I meant. If no one else
I
does.
know what I was saying, CJ. Just read it again. I'm like, oh, geez, I did that again. So it's not the first time. I'm like, oh, I meant to say yes. I'm sorry, Eddie.
Yeah, that's I say. No, it's
Well,
a joy to be part of your program. It really is.
here's the thing. I really want to know why. Okay, you don't say no to a lot of people,
I
but
do. I do. I do. I do.
you do.
I say no every day. Really.
Okay, so now I'm privileged. I want to know why you said yes to me.
Look, I love things that help people. I love things that work. I love things that are different. I've made one of my cornerstones in business, innovative things. So I want to do things that are different. I want to be part of things that are truly going to help people that others are not doing. I say, no, my services, yes, they work, but at the heart of them is there's a difference in there, and also there's a long lasting impact thing for me, right? I think your program. I was aware of it last year. I talked like a baby. I was like, I'm not going to record a video. That's just me, right? And then, but no, but I can see the impact it can have on people's lives. It could truly transform people from doing great things to do even more, even greater things.
Yep.
It fits everything that I believe in, everything that I'm trying to do.
I
You know,
think sometimes it takes only one person to truly believe in you, and then it catapults and ignites that passion inside you. You're like, wow, I can do this. What?
mm,
What? Right? And people believing in you that you have more than what it takes, and you just need, because I think people really already have the tools that they need to be
mm,
unstoppable,
mm,
but it's our mind that shackles our potential, like just shackles it because of fear, of anxiety, of constant rejection, of
mm,
trying something. But maybe you have ADHD and you have a really good project in your head and it just doesn't materialize because you're like, it was good, but now it just, oh, it just fell apart. You need an Eny, you need a CJ in your life to like, let's
Really.
go, we can do it. And so thank you for saying yes to me. And yes, Ollie's like, never say no to whatever CJ or Eny. Yeah, because you know why? You guys know we're here for the community. I spent hundreds of hours last year editing because I edit my own videos, and Noni helped me on one other projects for Ollie actually, because we're a community. We help each other because we are down sometimes, and it's really fun to see other people elevate themselves and blossom. Like for me, when I see Crystal from I don't want to do this to having two books and all this, I'm like, yes, Crystal, right? Because I see it. Susanna's like, I'm right here in the corner. She has her own show now. She has her own book. She has her own. I just like, wow, speechless. Like when I see people catapult from the projects that I do and boost them, it makes me so happy that I made a difference in someone's life, right? How do you master online fame?
I think the way you just said it, I mean, that's part of the answer why when I said yes, I want to be part of this because I've seen those two especially. I've seen them change. I've seen them transform. I met Crystal again a couple of days ago. I'm saying literally, the Crystal I knew from last year is a whole different person. And it is you being behind them. It's you being beside them. That is. I remember seeing Susanna on in an audio or live stream with Paul. So that's like last year sometime. Again, it was someone just new on LinkedIn the way I saw it. Maybe she wasn't new, but I'm saying like she came across as someone new. Now look where she is now. Like you say, that's what life's all about. To meet people who actually do what they say, not just talk about it. It's remarkable. And now the question you ask, online fame, it's part of what your program is really. And that's about networking, about building relationships, it's about building that community of people, having people who truly support you, who are people that you can help, people that you can impact. The help is not always about selling and making money. Help is about, you share what you know. You never know what someone's going to take away from it. And people are watching all of us. So part of what we do is build that network of people and just plant those seeds. It might just be one sentence that we say today someone's going to go away with and say, I can do that too. I can banish that fear. Maybe if I try, if I do it, again, I talk mindset every day because it's transformed my life literally. I was doing what I'm quite successful. I have been for years, but literally learn that mindset, that how to banish your fears, how to dare to dream, dare to do is what I always say. Literally, don't just dream. If you dare to dream and you actually dare to do it, imagine what could be. Imagine what could be the what if. And life really is full of those endless possibilities. So all those things they make sense and they become easier when we have a network. Trying to do it by ourselves. Can it be done? Maybe, but it's so much harder. Everything in my business is about collaboration. I can't say that enough, really. I do books. I got a business partner who does the writing side. I do my side, right? I do bestseller campaigns. Again, our partners who create the software that we use. I'm saying everything I do is with collaborations all the way through. Most of my audio rooms, 98% are all collaborations. They were all collaborations with one, and 100% at one time. But sometimes people drop out, and I'm like, the mission's too good to say no to, so I'll do it myself until I find another partner. But collaborations, making those friends, is how you get famous, right? I don't say that glibly at all. That is. Now, see, look, I work with people every day, right? They say to me, I want to be famous. I'm like, do you really? Really? Okay. How serious are you, right? And I normally tell them stories about people who have become famous. You being a perfect example. Say, we mentioned Crystal, we mentioned Susanna. Again, my friend Paulette. Paulette, right? She's the epitome of one of those people who has come from nowhere to become really famous. And just by being herself and by showing up. To be famous, people think I have to do something out of this world. You don't, if you do something out of this world, that just helps, right? But you must show up. You must be part of the community. You must, you know, it's part of the journey is, are you really willing to help people? Are you really willing to be there for other people? I'm not saying necessarily, throw your service at them. I'm saying literally, on LinkedIn, you have to, don't come to don't come, no, my worst people, the ones that give me stress, are my clients, my friends who turn up once every 2 weeks, do an audio room, and then go away again. You don't see them at all. I tell them, and I sit them all down, and I tell them, spend your days on LinkedIn. I'm not saying spend every hour. I'm saying just be there in case there's someone you can help. Offer a conversation where you can. It costs you nothing. Maybe you get a client. Maybe you don't get a client. Maybe they get a client out of you. Maybe they don't. But at least you've made a friend. That will bring benefits and good time. Because whenever you see them, whenever they see you, whenever they see your post, your video, they think, "Oh, I know that person. I actually know that person." That is how you get famous, really. So I mentioned Paulette because Paulette, before her book launch, called everyone on her list, on her email list. She called all of them on the phone physically. I said, that's remarkable. I don't know anyone else who does that. I said, that's when you actually get to know people on a personal level. They're your friends. That's fame. Nothing else matters. Nothing else counts as real fame. The rest of it is it's superficial, hogwash, really. It's a lie to ourselves, right? But so that those who truly take the time to get to know people, help where you can, or just be a friend. That those relationships come back to benefit all of us. That's what I try and create in my friends and the geniuses I get to work with.
I love that because that's really authenticity on its form, right? Like all of these people that are coming in here, like Ollie, I have sideline conversation. It's not just like, oh, or just texts or whatever. We literally like have audios like, hey, bro, are you okay? I call people when I feel like their energy is low or they're not showing up, just in case, because after COVID, people's loneliness has skyrocketed, right? Social media has made it where we only interact in social media. So, like for example, Angelica, Angelica, right?
Of course.
I've never met her for a long time. We tried to do it. She lives literally like miles away from my house. And we're like, this is getting ridiculous. We need to meet. And she's like, yes. So we had lunch. We had great time to get to know each other and the amazing things that, that she's doing and the amazing things that we're doing. And yesterday I had another sister to talk to me. She's like, I just want you to know that PR is PR. There's a lot of people that PR. She goes, what is different with your PR is that once the project is done, you don't let go. You keep going. And I'm not paying you anymore, but you still keep going. Why is that, CJ? And I said, because I don't see you as a dollar sign. I see you as a person.
You care.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the word.
Right?
It's care. Actually interested and truly invested in knowing the people that that we know. That's how it's done. So those who don't care, it shows. And then they say to you, LinkedIn doesn't work, and you're like, no. I tell them, no, you don't work. That's the problem.
You don't work. Bye.
It's true.
Oh, Omar is there. Oh my gosh. Exactly. We see you guys as family. These are family that you choose. These are not blood related, but it's family that you hang out because you get a good vibe from them. They give you positive energy. It's not stroking your ego like you're good. It's not that. It's a feeling of like, wow, that belongingness, right? That belongingness that people understand what you're feeling right now, even though they truly not 100% understand, but they're going through and they genuinely care. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from you. And Crystal, actually, last year, I asked her to be at 50 Inspirational, and she's like, what am I doing on video? No way I'm going to do a video. Like, I can't. Right.
Mm.
But this year she volunteered. She's like, CJ, I'm ready this year. I'm like, it comes once a year and I don't push. It's because when you're ready. But I planted that seed last year that you
Mm.
can do it. Right. And that is, my heart just gets so big. I'm like, oh my God, she's doing it this year. It's because it's that amazing thing that we don't know what people are going through, and everybody wants to help everybody. But some people, Emmy, they're on my user category.
Yeah. It's
How do you
sad.
deal with that?
It's I leave them be, as long as as long as I'm not asked to be part of their using people, then I'm you do use what I say, and hopefully they'll find people like them. I don't know whether that's good or bad. But that's why I look at it. I said, like, hopefully they find people like them. 'Cause
Oh, that's so good.
everyone's got a tribe, right?
Oh my God. Can you imagine? That would actually probably help them realize who they are,
Mm.
if you think about it. Right? Because if you keep using people and you find people like them, they're gonna use them to like, why are you using me? And they're probably like, no, you're using me. I'm like, that good chaotic conversation. I want to be there. I have a popcorn watching. I'm like, wow, this is a great conversation.
Something's got to change, right? Something has to change.
Yeah. Well, we are towards the end. I know you came in a little bit late and I wanted to extend it. I don't know if you have the time because I know you're busy.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Okay, good. So let's talk about projects. I mean, how does people, when they engage in selling, and funnel system is what I've always asked. I'm like, well, I'm going to ask Eny. How do you, okay, you seem like you're everywhere too. Like, we are literally two peas in the pod everywhere too, right? How do you master that online visibility without destroying your personal abilities, like family, friends in real life?
Yeah. I could say it's not easy, but it's easy if you make it easy. Again, see, for years I thought business and personal life was two separate things. I mean, no one's going to see my wife and I together or my kids and I together anywhere on social media. We just don't do that. Right. So I just kept them very separate. My business is my business. I have an office. I do what I do, right? Every so often I go downstairs and see them. You know. So then I learned that the whole point of what we do is for the family, right? To give them the life that we want to give them, financial freedom, happiness, anything that, like, all those things, right? So I think having the why, it sounds cliche, but it's not cliche at all. And I think if you're truly driven by a mission, and you learn to find fun in what you do, then I was talking about this last night. That saying, if you find something you enjoy doing, you never do a day's work in your life. That's how I truly feel. I'm just having fun. I'm using. I find a way to use my talents, my it's not obsessions, the things I like doing, right? My quirks. Maybe that's what it is, right? I was a clever kid, and I'm lucky to have a decent memory still. I say that because I might deserve Alzheimer's tomorrow for all I know, right? I can. I'm not. I feel blessed. I can still, when I meet people and I remember them, I connect with them, right? So for all that, it helps me. I've got the passion and the drive. I want to achieve big things, and I've got the drive to do so. And I guess one of my beliefs in life truly is that if you want something, you have to work for it sometime. Either you're going to work for it now or you're going to work for it later. Take your pick, but you must work for it sometime. You might get lucky to start and get somewhere, but if you don't work for it, it will disappear. So I'm willing to put the work in to achieve my happiness, to achieve the goals I want to achieve. So I'm just blessed. I'm blessed that I've managed to. I've done something others don't do, Dr. Constance. Right? I tell you what it is. This is probably the answer to your question. See, for years I was doing everything. Hey, when you do marketing, you do it. You went to do the funnel. You're doing emails. You're doing websites. You're doing social media. You're doing everything, everything, everything. You do market research for people, and so on and so forth. And my coach kept telling me, "Eny, that's not how you do it. You can do. You achieve more by doing less." I'm like, and that's just dumb. Really? Anyway, you see, then eventually I find myself where I am today doing two things, only two things: audio rooms and books. That's where I spend my day. I can still do emails when I feel like when I want to for a client, if I choose to. But I can essentially have all my days to spend doing just audio rooms and books. So what that means is that I find my joy. Every day is a joy. I do what I truly love doing, what has impact, what fuels my dream. My dream is to have 10,000 published books that would publish, not that I've written. I just publish them for other people. Right, I got a bookcase outside. Right, that so everything I do is towards that. And when I do that, I just think I'm having fun. Of course, I could work less. I do. I spend time with my kids every day because I got a 15-year-old, and I will spend hours together every evening. Even though I'm here, I will always go and spend time with him for the end of the day. Weekends, even longer. So I've learned to mix work and my personal life. Again, that was so hard for so long because I thought that they were separate things. Now I realize if I've got joy at work, I can have joy in my personal life too. That's a true answer. Literally, I think for years I had no focus. I was just doing right. I was trapped in that circle of some business to get trapped in, and I trapped in where everyone's been, where Crystal's been, where some sure Susanna's been. You're trying, you want to, you get somewhere, and then you hit a wall. You end up to you go around again, and you come back, you think, oh, that wall's still there. But literally, so once I realized that it is for the family, it is for them. I must have my own happiness to make them happy, not expect them to make me happy. That's when I truly find happiness, and that's just why every day I live is it's amazing. It's weird. It's weird because I think it might end, but it won't end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
So
love it. Crystal's like, if either of you ever decide to use your powers to take over the world, I think it would happen. And putting you
you're
guys
part
together
of
would happen
Crystal.
quickly. No one
Yeah.
would ask us like, oh my gosh. Listen, if Eny and I use our power to take over the world, it will be a great world
Hmm.
because we see people as collaborators. Like, think about it, guys. Think about it. If you're still watching here, okay? Eny and myself are people who publish books. If you think about it, that's a competition, but we don't see each other as that. Instead, we pull each other to say it's a collaboration. There's 8 billion people. Hello? There's enough jobs for everybody if you really think about it, right? It's just
More,
that
more, more
scarcity
than
mindset. It's yeah,
yeah,
huge.
totally. It's a mindset thing, right? It really is. It's a mindset
It
thing. They
is.
say once I think once anyone who works at the mindset conundrum, life becomes so much better. So
Mm-hmm.
I do audio. I talk about mindset pretty much every day because I've taken on a mission to share what I've learned. And I do so because it's simple, but it has so much impact. So a year ago, 2 years ago, I wasn't talking about mindset at all. That was not my thing. No. Whereas now, I know, and all I do is I don't try and be like Dr. Leslie Flowers. She's a mindset genius. She's done it for like 45, 50 years, probably, right? That's not me. I'm not a mindset coach. I just want people to almost again plant the seed that you can, because you really, really can. You know,
Yeah,
and
you have to
I
believe in yourself. Yeah,
truly, I said no. I remember when I didn't believe in myself. Right, it's not I didn't believe in myself. That's a bit drastic. I remember I think in all of us there's that bit of fear. Is it what if it goes wrong? What if I lose my customers? What if the website goes down? This what ifs that stop us doing anything we want to do. I'm so keen that everyone sort of gets rid of that and realizes that, no, think the other way. What if I do succeed? What if I do make it? What if I do create that thing? What if the world does love what I do, what I've created?
You never
That's
know until you start.
yeah, and but that's how every successful person, everyone who's ever found fits fame, happiness, success, riches. That's how they all start.
Mhm.
Bezos in his garage. I'm saying Bill Gates in a bedroom. I could carry. I'm saying everyone starts tiny.
Yeah,
Like we have, like everyone else, like we know is as well. That leg up. Saying, but that leg up starts with your mind. If you think you can't, you can't. You won't. If you think you can, I tell you, the possibilities are truly endless.
it
You
is.
know.
I think when you start having doubts and fear about the what if situation on the of the negative side, like what if I don't? Because I feel like there's fear, right? Like if you think of fear as identity, like this is fear. But what if I take this fear out? What happens next?
Mm,
Nothing. Nothing. Just keep going, right? And I
mm,
think
mm.
people are fear of judgment. I think that's what it is. We are fear of being judged. But if you really think about that, right? Who's judging? Are they perfect? Who cares if they're judging? I
Exactly.
really,
Okay.
I think I stopped giving a hoot when people judge me, because people are like Dr. Leland. When they see me, I teach neuromarketing in the doctoral level. Obviously, I don't have my purple hair when I go to a classroom, but I'm at a doctoral level. I'm 5 feet tall, and my students are really tall, and I look young, even though I'm closer to 50. But I look young. It's not my fault. My Asian genes kicks in. But here's the thing: they somehow have that judgment that because you look young, your height is not there. Somehow your brain is also smaller and you can't think
Mm,
further. I don't. And if you look cute and you're a professor and you're a doctor, somehow you're dumb, Bambi, whatever. And then when I open my mouth and I put them in their place, they're like, oh, I get it now. I'm like, yep. Anything else? Any more conversation? Like,
any other questions?
yeah, right. And they just kind of quiet. And then when they do the project, because I'm not the teacher that will just talk all day, or I can't anyway, it's just too much.
Mm,
I
mm,
will do lecture for an hour, but after that, it's hands on. Like, now we learn this, so now put it in action. Because when you do something, when you're testing something in real life and in ground, it actually makes you think more and you will remember more rather than sit there and veg out and like, okay, after
mm,
that, you don't even remember what the heck I said. Nothing. But if you actually test it and like, wow, this doesn't work, and you kind of percolate in your head, you're like, why doesn't it work, right? And if you have ADHD like me, it's even worse because then you're like focusing, like work, and then you're trying to figure out. And that's the hands-on part. That's the
mm,
experience that I want all my students to know. It's like we're not gonna talk about theory. We're gonna learn because it's theory that we need to learn, but make it work for you. How do you make it work? Freaking test it. How would you know if
mm.
it works, if it doesn't? Test it. That's why I always test people when I give them homework. Guys, when I give you homework, that means I love you. I care enough about you to think about you, to do something for you. If I don't give you homework, no comment. Like,
I mean, and you're being nice.
yeah.
One of my coaches told me that nice, NICE stands for nothing inside cares enough.
Mm,
So and, I'm very sure, as I've done lecturing, for years when I was younger. I'm very sure your students they'll thank you in years to come. They'll thank you the rest of their lives, really. It is that doing. I said it's easy to create dependency. Again, that's why I say I co-create with my clients, my friends. I want them to learn, and to do that. What you're saying, test yourself, test your model, test yourself.
yep.
If it works, I happily say, look, so long, good luck. I'm going
Yeah.
you do, you carry on. If you need me, call me. Otherwise, My job here is done. That's my favorite saying.
Yeah.
My job here is done. I'm going somewhere else now.
I wanted to also end this conversation with this. There was this famous guy who does a lot of TED Talks came to my live stream, and I think he had like millions of like views on his live stream, and he gave me this, and I love this. It says, "Stay." Think of stay when you're with your clients, when you're doing something on social media, when you're elevating people. Stay. And I'm like, what does that mean? Stop thinking it's about you.
Mm.
It's not.
Mm.
It's about the people you're trying to help.
Yes.
And a lot of people, when they say, oh, I'm going to help others, they actually put themselves right here that they can't be reached. And the people they're trying to help right here, not at the same level, right? So you're not really helping that person. You're trying to help yourself elevate and just kind of comparing yourself to that person. They're lower than you. Stop thinking about you. It's not about you. It's about the other people, right? If you think about us right now, it's not been about us that we're working so super hard. It's about our kids. It's about our future. It's about what future that we're giving them, right? Because we already had a lot of things that we could learn differently. But now it's about our kids and it's about our great grandkids. So, Eny, I want to end this live show right now asking you, not this one. If this is your last day today on this earth, what would be your parting message to your current and future families in terms of living their life, their legacy, and their impact?
Oh, that's a big one, right? No, again, everything's big until you choose to make it simple. Again, deep down, it's a simple thing. Based on what you're saying, that stay thing, I don't want to let that go by, right? I think, I might take the stay, what was it called? Acronym. That's a word, right? I might take that to the next level and say, for me, I don't know. I think of the people I'm working with, but I think of the people they're working with. I want them to serve their people even better as a result of working with me. That's truly that's why I say, literally, it's not about me. It's about your customers. Which is a different level of thinking, which partly answers your question, Dr. Leyland, in the sense that, I guess create solutions that truly work. Start there. Create something that the world needs. Don't just do what everyone else does. So I'm very big on whatever it is you do it your way. Again, dare to define your unique way of doing things. It's not just about doing things, it's about doing things your way. Because I think we're all uniquely gifted, all of us. If only we realize this, so we can, we're gifted with a solution to a problem, whatever that is. And I always use the example of as a bread knife. You got your thing. You got your thing in front of you, right? I'm saying I always use a bread knife as an idea because I think of the bread knife. Who needs a bread knife? That's a rated edge knife that we all have in the kitchen, right? Who needs one really? Do you need one? Think about it.
Yeah.
Do you need one?
I have
Do you
a
actually need
knife.
one? Right. Do you need one? Look, could you live without one?
Yeah, I could. I use a steak knife sometimes to cut my bread. Yeah.
Right. I'm saying that we all have this thing in our kitchen, right? Someone created, someone dreamt of that. That was someone's solution for the world. I'm saying, but deep down, the last time I cut bread was a very long time ago. There's many, our bread comes sliced anyway, and there's many other ways you can slice bread quite easily without a bread knife. You can slice it with a normal knife if you wanted to, right? I'm saying, so don't think your idea is too dumb. It's too simple. If you think it and the words, if it solves a problem, create it. That's my message to my son. My son is 15. Create something. Try and help the world. Of course, after you create it, make sure the people who need it, who can benefit from it, know about it. I don't think it's only a small idea. Why can't it become the biggest idea ever? Edison and his light bulb. I'm saying everything that's created around us, someone created. My family, my friends, my kids. Why not you? That's what fuels me. That's one of the things that fuels me. Why not me? Why not you, Eny? Really? Why not you? I don't know. I can't answer the question. I can never say why it shouldn't be me. So that's why I do what I'm saying. I will do what I do. I will carry on reaching for the stars. And again, of course, if you can aim so high and do the work it takes, let's see where it gets you. You may just reach the moon, but who needs to reach the moon? No one does really. But how high can you go then? If you're in the stars, is that good enough? Of course, that's good enough. Because the alternative, to have no idea, not to dream big enough, not to try and think small. Where are you going to get to? Nowhere. Right. That's my message all around. Create it, get it out there, and push it as much as you need to do the work it takes to get everyone to benefit from what you do. Yeah, that's it. Write your book too, by the way.
Work. No, it takes hard work to get there. People don't see like, oh, you're everywhere. Yeah, it takes hard work and preparation, right? For me, people think I'm just a full-time content creator. Guys, I work 6.5 hours as a live instructor. Right now, I'm teaching business law, international law, business accounting. My students are giving me a hard time on business accounting because they learn it from 7:35 to 10 p.m. No one wants to think math anymore. And then I do social media marketing. I teach people in the business community for the university on how to do social media marketing. They don't like to see numbers, but numbers are important. The most important thing is the feedback that you're getting with those numbers. Numbers can lie to you in terms of how you spin it, right? Numbers never lie, but how you spin the numbers ethically makes a huge difference for me. And so I have to teach them, make sure you are accurate because it will come bite you. Okay. Make sure when you open your mouth, as soon as you open your mouth as a business owner, you think about the future, not right now, because it will come bite you, right? 10 years from now. So make sure you are accurate with that. So thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you, Eny, for your thoughts. I know you're a busy man. We have an audio room every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. PST.
We're starting this Sunday, right?
Yep, I'm gonna do the marketing today so we can have it. We can share it for Sunday's audio room, and we're gonna talk. The discussion really is about what inspires you to do what you do and who inspires you, right?
Come and share, please. Come and share with us.
Yeah, it will be an amazing time for us. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and
there's a question for you, Dr. Constance. So someone I know wants to apply, but they couldn't upload the video from their phone with the form, right? Is there a process to submit a video if there's a problem attaching it to the form? Do you know what I mean?
No, you can't attach the video to the form right now. We're not doing the video. So how it works with 50 Inspirational is you apply, and I'm literally physically going one-on-one in the application and look for your visibility, right? Because inspirational leaders inspire. That means you are on LinkedIn. Do I ask you to be there for vegging out? No. Do I ask you to post every day? No. But to inspire people, Eny, you have to do something.
Yeah, you have to be seen. You have to be heard.
You can't inspire sitting here and just voting on the side, right?
No.
To inspire people, you need to be visible. Am I asking if you have 10,000 followers or 15,000 followers? No. What I'm asking is, are you consistent with your helping? Some people have 200 followers and they're so amazing at different platforms, but no one paid attention to them. Those are the people that I want to attract. The people who have heart, the people who wants to help others, but never get a chance and never get a break. I helped someone last year on 50 Inspirational. They had 1,500 followers and they are now at 6,000 in the year, right? because they work at it. It's
Mm.
not an instant where like you're on CJ's 50 inspirational, I'm gonna have all this follow. No, you need to be consistently what
Mm.
inspiring. The point of 50 inspirational is that you're inspiring, right?
Yeah.
Could be anywhere else, but you need to be present on LinkedIn because this is about LinkedIn. There's going to be networking. The video is not there yet. You can't create the video until you apply and also be visible. So right now for the application, there's quite a bit of people already, but I'm thinking of stopping it early if I get a lot more people because I'm one person trying to get in there, right? But that's the key. Once you create a video, most people have their phone, like iPhone, and
Mm.
I'll give you the Google Drive. You just drop it on Google Drive. You don't have to do
Okay.
nothing. If you have a hard time dropping it, you're like, CJ, I just can't. Come talk to me. Maybe we can Zoom and I can take it out. Or maybe you just don't like you want to represent yourself and you're like, I don't want a cell phone. I want to really represent myself. This is a
Mhm.
chance for me that I could not even fathom. And you're like, CJ, I just need recording. I probably will spend time with you using StreamYard or some other platform I use to record it with you, right? I will do it, but make sure that it's not a one-time deal. This is a relational publicity, right?
Yeah.
So make sure that you present yourself in a professional manner, but fun, like have fun. Life is
Mm.
too short to be so serious, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Again, have fun. I think that everything you're saying it goes back to having that purpose, right? And that genuine purpose to be, a helpful person and it's someone who, is genuine. I think everything starts then. If if that's what you intend to be, then showing up, inspiring people. Again, we're not saying come and give leader speeches everywhere you go. That's that would be frankly disingenuous, really. Just show
Mhm.
up, be yourself. Say where you can add to the conversation. Where you can inspire, right? I don't know
Yeah,
whether we're
but you have
frozen.
to be present. You can't just be
Mm,
the cheerleader in the back, like, oh, because now you're not visible.
mm,
Visibility is everything. I'm gonna provide you visibility, but you should have an existing visibility so I can
yeah,
amplify it. Amplify. I'm
exactly
an
that.
amplification, right? Think of me as a
Exactly
boombox.
that. Mm. It is nice. The amplify is what your program is really.
Hmm.
The rest of it is it's the people have to do their thing to be amplified.
That's right. Right. You have to have something to be
Mm,
amplified. I don't
yeah.
create it for you. You have to create it yourself, right? Because we're partners. Um, right? Like you have your own mama. I'm not your mama. I literally will just partner it up with you so
Yeah,
that I can
there's a billion LinkedIn users.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you can't mother all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I repel users. Okay, I have enough of those. I repel. I don't got time for those. I want people who wants to do something. They have a coaching program. They have whatever program. They want to help other people, but they just need that one person to like amplify them. That would be me, right? I'm not looking for a lot of subscribers, but I am watching your visibility, meaning how much or how often and what are your messages out there. I'm not LinkedIn, obviously, but I'm going to be looking at your Instagram. I'm going to be looking at your TikTok. Literally, I'm going to be a professional stalker on your social media to give you that amplification. But thank you for that question, Eny. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone being here today. We are definitely over, but I love this conversation and I love Eny. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. PST on the TV show, and then on Sunday with Eny at 7:30 a.m. PST, and then on Sunday with me on 7 p.m. PST for another TV show, and that one's a lecture Sunday. All right, bye everybody. Thank you so much for being
is there a
here.
link to the TV shows or how do
Yes,
we? Okay,
YouTube is all there. The YouTube actually will get there, and then the TV network is you have to have an app. If you're on Apple or if you're in Roku TV, if you're in Google, download E360 app, and then you will find me on there.
okay.
And
So
I'll send you
again,
guys a link on how to download the app
please,
because I have that
please
video.
do. Good.
Yeah, and then you can watch yourself on TV and the conversations that we're having.
Yeah, I'm a great believer in TV. Especially in this day and age. before, when TV was all mainstream, it was very hard to get on TV. Right now, these days, you make it. People like you make it easy. So
Yep,
that's a joy. That's like for someone like me. So I want to get my clients on TV. I want everyone to really know who they are. So
that's right. And we have a lot of people on our TV. We have Hollywood people in our network as well. So that's why I love. That's what I do is amplify. It makes me happy to amplify your message, your businesses, so you can be seen, heard, and provide value to our listeners, viewers, fans, however you want to call them. We appreciate.